Okay. I'm thinking about taking a pregnancy test now. I wasn't going to. I had no intention of doing it today. I was gonna wait and see if my period came, but I don't know. Just now I was like, maybe I should just do it. This is high stakes because I only have one pregnancy test left. Oh, now I'm getting nervous. Is this a good idea? Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Okay, I took the test. I already took a quick look and I didn't see anything, so it's probably nothing. I'll wait till the test gets finished going. I'm doing everything wrong. I usually you're supposed to do first morning urine. You know, I didn't do any of that. So yeah, I don't know what struck me that I just felt like I had to take that test now. So we'll see what happens. At least I'll know. I was really feeling like, well, first off, this is our first month trying post miscarriage. And I felt like early on it was gonna happen. But then as we got closer, I just felt like, wait, I don't know if I want it to happen right away. Like, and for me, that's because I felt so bad. Like my body hasn't been feeling good for a long time. And I feel like I'm at a point where I'm okay. And so I'm like, do I really want to enter into feeling bad again? And then on top of it, I think like after 2 miscarriages, I'm starting to associate pregnancy with like sadness and bad things happening. So I'm kind of like, I don't know, do we want to do that again? But yeah, here we are. I guess I should go look at the test again. My heart was pounding, but I guess this probably isn't it, so let's just go look at it again. Nothing. Nada, nothing. And I'm like, excuse me, a little bit disappointed. I don't know. I think I was just hoping like that things would just be easy and like work out right away. But you know, I'm a little bit disappointed, but I also feel like it's okay. It's okay. Want to do your audition?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'm
peanut butter.
write it down.
You do want to
I wrote it down.
Okay, go ahead and do your audition.
Write it on this.
Okay. Get in there.
Hi, Dad. I'm having a candy.
Wait, what is your audition?
A candy.
Do you want to do the Amazon delivery audition?
Yeah.
Or do you want to do the other one?
I'm going to do Amazon delivery.
Oh, okay. We'll get some boxes then. Go ahead. Do you want to say your lines?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
That is my line.
Do you remember?
No. I don't remember.
Did you guys happen to hear the lines that he said the first time?
I didn't hear it.
Well, I heard it, I just didn't understand it.
That's too bad. Am I getting grandma and grandpa now?
Yeah. They nothing.
Well, what were you supposed to say?
Ooh.
Here we go again.
I love
I
capturing.
do?
I love capturing reactions in our family because everyone just it's like we're crazy.
Good job, Gordon. Good messaging.
Good work, buddy. Hello, guys. Okay. Update time. Tomorrow is a very big day. I feel like this has
One way
been.
or the other, it's a big day.
Oh man, this is the most nervous that I've been throughout this whole pregnancy. I've been like very chill, which I attribute to God because I have no idea how else I would not be so anxious and nervous. But yeah, so far I've just been feeling very zen about it. Like everything's gonna be okay. And then today, the day before our first ultrasound,
How
I
far
just
along are
feel.
you?
I feel like this. And I'm 8 weeks and 1 day today, 8 weeks and 2 days tomorrow for our ultrasound. And now I'm like, maybe we just shouldn't do the ultrasound. I also, let me just disclaimer, I really need to shower, but I'm like, I am going to nervous sweat so much tomorrow. Like, what is the point of showering? Oh, I gotta adjust this again. Okay, so for anyone curious, anyone who's going through this too, or for future me, hello Krista, here are my symptoms because I feel like I never noted my early pregnancy symptoms with cord and now I'm always wondering about them. So my symptoms were like nothing for weeks, which really freaked me out. My chest was sore. No, not like a heart attack. And that was about it. And then about 3 days ago, I started to feel like kind of nauseous and throw up-y. Actually, I guess maybe like a week ago, I started to maybe feel that, but I wasn't sure if it was actually a pregnancy symptom or just like, I don't know, heartburn. So yeah, I've been feeling not great, but I also don't know if maybe we just got exposed to something and we're sick or like fighting off something. But these are my symptoms at 8 weeks. Tomorrow,
I'm hungry.
yeah, we're about to have dinner, and tomorrow is a big day. And like I said, I'm so
We are going
nervous.
to go to Geppa's house.
Yeah, it's so funny looking back because I feel like in the past I was like, an ultrasound, I can't wait to see a cord. And now I feel like, I don't know, it's like it's a ticking time bomb. I've just been in this peaceful bubble of like happiness and ease, and now like tomorrow I feel like it's gonna be popped and I'm like, no. This morning I was so nervous that I was having like a nervous stomach. Right now I just feel like a little bit nervous, so I'm gonna try to stay here. And
I feel good. I think it's going to be good news.
yeah, that's my other thing. I also feel like surely it must work out this time, but I also don't feel anything. Like I don't feel like I'm pregnant. I don't feel anything. Like I don't have bloating really. I mean a little bit, but not really. So
I don't know.
I just don't know, but
I think
we hope
feel
it's
good.
good news.
I feel like if it's not good news, we'll deal with it then. But I'm trying to not. No reason to bring tomorrow's bad news to today
Yeah,
by worrying.
of course.
That's what
Well,
I'm
and I
trying to think.
Yeah, and I think we've done a really good job of not doing that up until today. So yeah, see you tomorrow. Maybe. I don't know. What do you do?
I'm just kidding.
Just for a minute, I'd fall asleep and not dream about you. I hate to admit it, I'm out of ideas, I don't know think I'll make it through, but all that it takes is one image of you and it shivers. Nobody knows the way
Okay, we just did our ultrasound.
There's the baby. Heart rate's good. Size is good. Egg sac good. Everything.
Something else in there that she said looked good was good also.
Yeah. Good, good, good.
We just had like the best experience that I've ever had in ultrasound. I don't know. I think it's probably also heightened because I've had so many bad experiences that had nothing to do with ultrasound tech or anything recently. But I mean, I was so nervous, and this ultrasound was just like so sweet. She
was very nice.
She was very nice, very understanding of my nerves, like also just like talked us through everything, like the whole process and what was happening. Oh my gosh. Someone needs to give that woman an award. She was fantastic. We're just trying to take it in that there's an actual baby in there and they're okay.
Yeah. This is what we wanted.
I know. And like after having miscarriages and like reading so much from other people, like I just feel like I have some things in my head that are like, well, I know someone on the internet who like went in and saw the baby and it was great, and then 2 weeks later at 10 weeks the baby was gone, you know. But my brain has already entertained this, and I think I'm done entertaining that now because it's just not worth it. And yes, I want to be excited, but I'm just trying to breathe.
Yeah, well, we'll breathe, then we can be excited in a second.
We need to process.
Yeah.
And since I can't do a camera angle,
here's our faces. Here, we just do a freeze frame and put the audio over us.
Yeah. Here's our happy faces. What are you doing?
I'm doing talking.
I haven't been sure if like me being tired has been because Cord's not sleeping great right now, or if it's because of pregnancy. Today I'm sure it's because of pregnancy. I slept well last night, and like I was trying to work during nap. I could not keep my eyes open at all. I was like falling asleep, like trying to edit. So yay. Pregnancy symptoms and nausea, yay. Hopefully baby is loving it in there. And happy 9 weeks to me.
I'm gonna let the sun shine
Hey,
in the
we
day.
were wondering what you guys are doing in like the morning of July 3rd. We need somebody to watch Cord for an appointment we have at 7:45 in the morning. Fourth of July is Wednesday, so it's just crazy to get in for an ultrasound. You have to go so early.
Why are you getting an ultrasound?
I'm not getting an ultrasound.
Okay, you want me to, can I ask questions first?
Yeah, please.
We wanted to tell you guys in person, but we haven't been able to.
This was Father's Day news, and then ring doorbell in?
Hi, Cord, how are you? I think that's a baby. That's a baby on mommy's tummy. Hi, Dad.
I didn't understand what
Can you say it again,
Can
Beth?
you say it again for me?
Say it again, Beth. What were you trying to tell her?
That's baby on mommy's
Who's coming?
You're doing great.
There's a
There's
baby
coming.
in mommy's tummy.
I might be taking a video of you. Today is the day, folks. I'm trying to get out of here. I'm going in. for my first appointment with my doctor. I was supposed to have an ultrasound this morning, but then it got canceled, so I think my doctor's gonna do like a mini ultrasound. But yes, I'm nervous. I was fine until like the day before again, and then I was like, I don't know. I don't want to do this, but we'll see how it goes.
Leave my windows open so that I can hear the sound of people talking and the wind blowing in the trees. Oh, I will open up my eyes so I can see the light. Oh, and I'll try to spread my wings so I can fly. Oh, and the darkness starts to fade. Feels like things are gonna go my way. I'm gonna let the sun shine in the day.
We saw our
Gonna
baby,
let the past be free.
and they were moving so much. It was wild. They were like just so wiggly and cute, like moving. I don't remember Cord really moving that much. I feel like he was like, this baby was like, heartbeat is 167. They're looking really good. We're so excited, and I can just breathe a little bit. I just got my blood drawn, so I feel like I'm always like, because that freaks me out every time. So, but yes, got my blood drawn, did a urine sample, all the great things. Yeah, we can breathe. We can breathe. All right, it's time for a first trimester update before the first trimester is over. Oh my gosh, you guys, we made it! Man, everything is so different this time. Like with Cord, I was not saying we made it to the end of the first trimester. It is just so different after you have had losses. Like everything just seems so different. Like seeing that heartbeat on the ultrasound was so huge this time around because we've seen an ultrasound with no heartbeat. Whereas like with Cord, when I saw the heartbeat, I was like, of course there's a heartbeat. There's a baby in there. Like I just took everything for granted, and because I had no idea. This time it's just so different. There is so much stuff that you're not taking for granted anymore. Anyways, I've been meaning to do this update for forever, and so I keep not getting to it and not having time. So I made myself a nice list of things to talk about in this 2019 planner. It's gonna be great. So Spencer had this idea to talk about things that we worried about that ended up being fine. I thought that was a great idea, and then thinking about it some more, I thought, well, I don't know, I'm a little bit hesitant because I know for me, like whenever a symptom came up in my past pregnancies that I was nervous about, I would look it up online, and you find people that are like, this happened to me and that I had a miscarriage, and then you find a lot of reassurance through people who were like, oh yeah, I had that too, it wasn't a big deal. I didn't want to say any of this for reassurance necessarily, but just to like show the other side, I guess. But I just wanted to point out that every pregnancy is different. Some of these things were happening to me in my last 2 pregnancies that did not work out. So does this really mean anything? Probably not, but it's a good reminder to us not to worry about every little thing. And now I'm out of breath. The first thing that we worried about was the fact that the line on the first pregnancy test that I took was super faint. I felt like I remembered with Cord it being much darker and coming up much sooner at like the same DPO time. This time when I took a test, it was like so light and it took a long time for it to get darker, and I thought, oh no, like this is probably a chemical pregnancy. I mean, I don't know where I got that from, probably the internet. Don't Google things. Even as I continued to test, the line was still faint, and so I was like, And then when we went in for my HCG test, I might have already talked about this, but early on, my first one was 325, and when I looked at it online and compared to other people's at the same week count or day count, they were like, mine was 5,000, and I was like, 5,000? Now, Spencer reassured me that my numbers were still in the correct range, but it was kind of hard for me to feel reassured by that because the range was like 1 to 1 million. I mean, it wasn't actually, but it was a very large range. So I felt justified in my worry. Then when we got the second HCG test, my HCG had gone up, but I was hoping that it would like skyrocket, and it had really like just done the right amount for what you expect, which is like, I think it was supposed to go up like 68% or something, which it did. So I didn't feel super reassured by that, but again, it was just another thing that I didn't actually need to worry about. The other thing that we worried about was lack of symptoms. I did not feel like I was pregnant at all until around 7.5, maybe closer to 8 weeks. I started to feel maybe something. There's really no scientific proof behind any of this, but lots of people will say that if you don't have symptoms, it can be a bad sign, because when your HCG is really high and your body's doing its thing, then you end up feeling more sick. But in my case, I did not need to worry about it. Everything was fine, or it has been so far. If you are in the same boat and you're like, I don't feel pregnant and I don't feel anything, like, it's okay. It's okay. One thing that I learned during this pregnancy so far is that, and from the last two, is that there's nothing that you can do. If things are gonna go wrong, then they're gonna go wrong. Outside of like very special situations when like your progesterone is low, or I don't know, there's specific situations where like there is something you can do. But for the most part, if there's some sort of chromosomal issue in there, like your body is going to figure it out and it's going to miscarry, and there's not really anything you can do about it. So one thing that we learned, sadly, is you can spend the time that you're pregnant in the beginning, in those early days when it's so nerve-wracking, either being worried about things and like kind of ruining it for yourself, or you can try to be joyful and just enjoy the fact that you're pregnant and like be optimistic. Either way, it's gonna result in the same thing, you know? So might as well enjoy it while you can. And I'm saying this, but I am not sure that I actually did that myself. So I'm one to talk. I feel like editing Krista is already gonna regret how much I've talked, but let's continue. The belly has been much different this time around from last time. Part of that is just because I'm older and my body has changed and I've already had a baby. But I definitely think this time I've had so much more bloating. I remember with Cord like looking and trying to pretend that I had a belly, and I couldn't even pretend. Now I'm like, oh, I could pretend. So like there's still not really anything there, but like I can tell. I can tell and I can feel it because the bloating is so uncomfortable. It's actually gotten a lot better because I told my doctor about it. I was having like, okay, besides the bloating, I was also having really quick onset, like sudden upset stomach, and I'd have to run to the bathroom. So I told my doctor about that, and she was like, constipation and that can be solved, well, not solved, but helped by getting some extra fiber. So I started taking fiber already, which feels kind of weird to me because I don't think I took it till third trimester with Cord. So I'm like, oh no. But that has helped a lot, and I actually feel much better and a lot less bloated since I started doing that. I'm only doing 2 teaspoons every night, which is like the lowest dose. So the other funny thing here is like morning versus night. Like in the morning, I almost, not really, but I almost feel normal. Like my stomach doesn't feel so like, and then by the nighttime I'm like, ugh. Of course, this is nothing to complain about. I'm actually kind of glad when I started feeling these symptoms. It's been reassuring to me. Okay, so here's my rundown of symptoms that I have had. Tired. This is number one, besides my chest being very sore, and it's still sore. It's crazy. I did not have this last time with Cord. I don't think it was not like this. Random nausea. It's been very different from Cord. With Cord, I remember when the nausea would come on, I was like, I need to handle this immediately. Like, I need a good protein snack, at least a cracker, and if I don't handle it, then things are gonna go downhill quick. This time, it's definitely been kind of like, I can make my way through it. If I have like a cracker, that's good. And I think a lot of people say like, oh, well, once you have a kid, then you just ignore it because you're so busy, but that definitely isn't the case. Like, it's just been a lot different. I think my smell might be a little better this time around. Cord just had the stomach flu, and let me tell you, that is not something you want to be dealing with when you are pregnant. And then I also think I might be a little bit more emotional, which sounds crazy because my emotions have always been so easily accessible. My skin has been so good. Oh, the other symptom that I've had is like I feel the hormones like hitting me sometimes. Like it happened at 9 weeks, 10 weeks, and 11, I don't know. It's like on the weak point. I feel like the hormones are coursing through my body and like I feel like my blood is gonna explode out of me. It's crazy. Luckily, that usually calms itself down after a minute. I haven't downloaded a pregnancy app yet, which is weird because in the past I always had one and I always kept up with it. I have conflicted feelings on this. I don't want my pregnancy to pass me by. I don't want to miss it. But also for me so far, ignorance has been bliss. Just like not thinking about it too much and just letting my body like do its thing and being hopeful and prayerful. Maybe I'll download it sometime. I feel like I don't know what's going on with this pregnancy. And again, it's not like a second child, you don't care type of thing. It's like I just didn't want to have to delete the app again, you know? It's so sad when like you download it every time for when you're so excited that you're pregnant, and then I just could not delete it again. The last thing that I want to talk about, which is the coolest thing, is just how at peace I have felt throughout this whole pregnancy so far. Oh, by the way, I haven't said I'm 12 weeks, 4 days today, I think. So we're like almost at the end. It's wild. I can't believe we're at 12 weeks. Almost at the end of the first trimester, sorry. But back to what I was saying, I just cannot believe how not nervous I have been throughout this pregnancy, and I attribute it all to God. It has to be Him because it's certainly not me. I have been very anxious about this in the past, and this pregnancy I've just felt like I'm floating in a bubble, and I'm like, no one pop my bubble of peace because it's wonderful. I prayed at the beginning of this pregnancy, and maybe even before I got pregnant, that this pregnancy would be easy and delightful. I've been trying to pray like very specifically, and so far God is like, here you go. I have not been stressed. Maybe like a little bit before my appointments, like the day before I've been like, ah, but other than that I've been like just a deep breath and trusting God and just floating through, and it has been so wonderful. So thank you, God. I will keep you updated. I hope you will come along with us for this journey, and I will see you next week in a brand new video. Bye.
Nobody knows the way it shivers. Nobody knows because it shivers. It's cold and it's dark without you in my arms. Yeah, it shivers, it all.